Okay, you're a little far away from the mic.
How's that?
Look at that. We moved a mic and we didn't give a pop and crackle. So
Yeah,
you still got to do your hand countdown thing, or I'm not going to believe that we're on.
And we're live.
And we're back.
Welcome to the Underdog Journey. I'm Wes. This is David.
What an intro.
We are true professionals in every sense of the word.
Do you want to tell the good people at home why we don't have an intro and why we're coming in so late?
It's in the title of this video. We are winging it tonight because Google deleted our agenda.
Yes, big data has stolen the data that they've stolen from us to keep in track of us.
Look, I spent a lot of time creating this agenda. I did.
Yes.
And it was very thorough about big data.
Yes.
I'm going to have to rewrite the whole thing, and I'm going to save hard copies. I don't know what else to do.
Yes, print.
So this reminds me remarkably of mentioning the other data.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that.
Controversy.
Yeah, up here near Boston, right?
And my computer magically stopped working immediately after I say it. Can I say that?
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So as we're sitting here, he's going through it in a increasing arc of panic about not being able to find his agenda. We're like, you know what? Screw it. We're going to wing it.
Yeah, and this was a thorough agenda. Here's the thing. It was not only a thorough agenda, I actually had detailed points about going into terms and services of different types of accounts and them saying specifically and highlighting specifically where it says, we will never sell your data, we promise we'll never sell your data. And like 2 paragraphs down, it says, oh, here are some third parties, and we can't regulate what they do with your data.
Yeah.
And they don't tell you who the third parties are or what they do with it.
Yes, by agreeing to these terms and conditions, which we're not going to sell your data, but these could be 50 third-party entities are going to sell the crap out of your data. Yeah, hey, we got people saying hello already. We got Matt Harmon.
Matthew Harmon.
Viva the hashtag dingo. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't look like that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let him fool you. Sheena Keeney Collins. She. Wow. Yeah.
Do you know
that right there. I know I'm going to bite my tongue if I try to say her name again. Sheila Keeney Collins. I can't do it. But anyway, how you doing?
Sheila, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. Yes.
Absolutely, happy to have you. So we're going to do our best to talk about big data. Unfortunately, big data deleted our agenda for tonight. Look, I blame Google. I'll tell you why I blame Google, because I saved everything in the cloud, which maybe that's my mistake, but that's what I do.
Yeah, I do a lot of saving in the cloud, but it's usually my cloud. I have my own home cloud.
Well, so look, historically I've saved everything in Gmail, so I write a lot of things, I save drafts, I can go back and remind myself, and it's just an easy, quick format. But apparently things can get misplaced or deleted or whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with
But look, I'm not saying Google deleted my agenda, but I am saying that Google deleted my agenda because Google's not watching this, and I can say whatever I want. However, they are listening. Their algorithms are listening, and Google, I'm sorry, I love you.
Literally, Mr. Google sitting right over there.
Mr. Google.
Oh, yeah, everybody's got the Google in their pocket with the Android phones.
That's true.
They're listening.
Oh, so here's something interesting. I want everybody out there to, and I just found out about this. Go out there and Google, speaking of Googling, and Google Amazon Sidewalk. Amazon Sidewalk.
Oh, yeah, the sidewalk. This is something that, if you don't know about this, pay attention. Yeah. It's big.
So talk about data and data access to your data.
Yes.
This has cracks in the wall written all over.
It has black surveillance van just cruising the neighborhood now.
Well, they don't need black surveillance vans cruising the neighborhood because of Amazon Sidewalk. So here's basically in a nutshell what it is. Very brief nutshell. Essentially, if you had an Alexa or any of those Amazon-type devices.
Yes, any Alexa or enabled device.
Yes, an Alexa or enabled device. That could be your cell phone. That could be a smart device of any type that's enabled. What Amazon wants to do and is currently going to do, they are going to connect your Wi-Fi network, your personal home Wi-Fi network, to a larger network that other people going through your neighborhood can hop on and use your data, or use your bandwidth.
Use your bandwidth.
Use your bandwidth. Now,
well, that means they're using your
the bandwidth that you pay for.
It's the bandwidth you pay for, but if you can understand some basic networking, this side over here of my beer stein faces the world, and that's called the WAN, the Wide Area Network. This side of my beer stein faces my house, and that's your local area network, or LAN, and that's what your individual devices are. So you punch in address 192.168.1.1, typically, or 0.1. That typically is the wireless gateway or gateway for your house. Mm-hmm. But outside of this world, you got a 10. Blah 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 whatever your IP address is. So you pay for that bandwidth.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm walking on the sidewalk, I can use the Alexa-enabled devices in your home to connect to the Alexa network, and that's just what I'm going to call it, right. The Alexa network, and utilize your bandwidth. What that also does is means that I have to pass my traffic through the LAN side, out the WAN side. I'm telling you right now, if you can get to this side of the router, that's where your personal laptops are, your PCs, your data for
home security cameras.
Your home security camera, yes, very big deal.
Baby
even professional security cameras, that all resides on the LAN side of your network.
Yeah.
And you are completely opening that up for attack.
Absolutely. And look, it's a big concern. We have baby monitors at my house.
Yep.
That are connected to the Wi-Fi. And so it's a big concern because you don't need to be that sophisticated to be able to.
I forgot. I gave her a 10-minute countdown. Didn't drink my beer.
You made her walk all the way over here. He made you walk all the way over here, and he's not even chug. We're a business podcast. We're a business podcast. You can tell. We're in the business of drinking copious amounts of beer.
There we go. Stick with Hefeweizen. And we're back. After those brief moments, brought to you in part by Hofbrauhaus. Hofbrauhaus, for the best and the finest of Bavarian craft brewed beer of kings. Visit your local Hofbrauhaus, or skip all that. Come to Columbus, Ohio, and visit the Hofbrauhaus of Columbus.
Absolutely. If you're in Central Ohio, come to the Hofbrauhaus in Columbus because it is hopping tonight, but there are still a few open seats, and we would love to see you.
1, 2, 3. You got 4 tables.
I know.
You got 4 tables. Hurry up.
I'm telling you, this place is. I wish we had another camera we could show around the room. It is hopping tonight.
Yeah, I've got the other camera set up in my office at home, which is temporarily in my garage, is where I'm doing work from.
Here's another concern: people doing business from their home.
Yep.
On their Wi-Fi. How much of your business is confidential to your company or your clients?
A lot of them. I work for a massive company now. We VPN, and that kind of helps protect your data. It's not a solve-all, but it helps protect your data. But let's say you have, like me, I have what I talked about, I have my own cloud. So I have a network attached storage, or an NAS or NAS, depending on what part of the lingo you're into.
Right.
So I can save all of my stuff to a local basically a massive array of hard drives. And this gives me the ability to keep everything under my control, but I also have a cloud-based thing that certain items that aren't as important to me, like bank records and stuff, that can all live up on the cloud. Because guess what? For the people who are out there going like, I don't buy things online, I don't put my data online, it's already there. Because guess what? Even though you don't do it, your bank does it, your electric company does it, your gas company does it, your internet provider does it. Every single one of your companies do it. And if you look at the number of data hacks there are, it is astronomical. Well, it's ridiculous. I have credit monitoring 6 ways of Sundays because my data has been part of so many hacks. It's insane.
Well, the funny thing is people think of data hacks and they think of companies that they're not associated with. Look, credit bureaus.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to call them out by name on this one because what's it's Experian. Experian. Almost weekly, actually sometimes multiple times during a week, I will get an email from Experian offering me credit protection.
It wasn't 2 years ago that they were hacked.
The people that got hacked are calling me and say, hey, for only $5 a month, you can have peace of mind. If you did proper data security, I could have peace of mind for free. I didn't give you permission to. You know what? That's one of the things right there. The credit reports things. Guess what, buddy? You're not agreeing to that. There's nothing that agrees that you are doing it. That's one of those third-party people that you have no control over what they do.
Yeah, and here's another thing people don't consider is, so I know a lot of data analysts don't like the phrase or the term big data because really...
Wait, we have a Shotsky going on over here.
Shotsky going on.
We got
explain what a shot ski is.
Well, a shot ski is exactly like that. It's a bunch of shots done on a ski. Right now, we've got two, and I really wish we had the other camera now, because right now we got two shot skis running back to back.
Yeah.
So there are two skis that have the shots put into it.
Oh. People are clapping.
Oh, they're going. It's a lively crowd in here tonight.
Yeah, we got a full house. This place is hopping.
Oh, and Zoe's over there. Zoe's over there emceeing it.
We need to have somebody in control.
That's right. All right, I'm going to say this out loud. If Zoe's in control, we're all in trouble.
Zoe is a fine hostess.
Yes. So it literally is a ski. Like you would go skiing up in the mountains in the snow, or if you were me, it's like you're going to break a hip up in the mountains or in the snow. But on it there are these brackets that hold a shot glass. So you get a row of 4 people and you do them. So right there we're 8 people just doing a shot.
So it's always funny when you get a tall person on one end and a short person on the other end.
No, you put the short person in the middle, because they end up wearing half the shot because they're trying to. It's fun. It's a good time. We've done a few of them here. I might have done 1 or 2.
We may or may have.
Yes. I cannot confirm or deny.
May have at some point. But
yes.
But look, so what a lot of people don't consider is how big data, I'll put that in quotes, plays into all of this. Because we talk about Experian and their data breach.
Yep.
Where do you think Experian got all of your data? Do you think that you went online and filled out a form that tells Experian all about you and your information? Hey, thanks for... So there's a table over here that was asking some questions. Good talking to you, man. Thank you.
We'll see ya.
Thank you.
We'll see you bye now.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Not you guys on camera. Those people over there.
Yeah, not you guys. You're stuck with us.
We have friends all over the place.
Indeed.
We're very popular guys. I don't know if you know this, we're kind of a big deal.
We're not kind of a big deal. We're like a ridiculous big deal.
We're the deal.
We are the deal.
We're like a room full of, we're like a couple of cats in a room full of cat things. That's a callback to last episode.
Dude. Oh, man. I'll tell you, there are very few things that I hear that I laugh at that hard. I've actually thought about that comment a couple times this week and just freaking lost it. We're like a couple of cats in a room full of cat things, see?
It made sense at the time.
I guess, were we happy? I guess, would a cat be happy in a room full of cat things?
Well, see, you're not a cat person, so you don't know this stuff.
I guess not.
Anybody out there watching?
I told you, did I not?
You have a cat.
I told you.
You told me.
I told you.
You did tell me. You are frequently right about these things. But back to,
like a fox.
But back to cat things.
Back to cat things and boxes.
So
boxes and cat things brought to you in part by Arby's.
We're a couple of cats in a room full of cat things. Look, it made sense at the time, but I forget where I was with big data at this point. Somewhere with Experian. But so,
yes, look, it was Experian. Big data. You didn't fill out the data for them. Yeah.
How did Experian get your data?
Because they're one of the third parties.
They're one of the third parties. They buy lists. They buy lists with your information, my information. Literally, I promise you, if you're watching this, everyone you know and are related to are on these lists that are bought and sold for millions of dollars every single day. Now, how are these lists aggregated, right? So every time you join social media... Are we
going to try to do this blindly?
Well, just a little bit. We can do this blindly.
All right, sure.
We're pretty good. Look, I told you I spent a lot of time on this agenda.
Okay, yeah, so you've got a lot of it committed to memory.
I'm going to find the agenda when I get home, and I'm going to be like, well...
Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, he has a lot of this committed to memory. I've got to review none of it, so I'm literally going to be over here just shooting from the hip.
But you know what? You know a lot of this information, too.
Yes,
You actually do know a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. So today...
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got to break into this, because this isn't a sidetrack. Today, Fat Dave, which is me, got on the Peloton for the first time, and I'm not going to say exactly how long, but it's really the first time I've had a chance to get on the Peloton. And they have done an update since the last time because there was an incident, and I won't go into it because, you know, it's...
Was it a data breach?
No, it wasn't a data breach. It was an absolute terrible thing to have happen. So that's why I don't want to go into it. And people who know, you know, and if you Google it, you're going to know. But more importantly, they had a thing there that said if you connect your heart rate monitor to this device, we are going to take your data and share it. And there's nothing, if you don't want your heart rate monitor device's data
Got it.
Shared, do not connect it to this piece of equipment.
After you say that, I do in fact know the incident you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you're right, that is not something that we want to get into.
Yeah, we don't want to get into. It was an absolutely horrific ordeal, and I hope nobody ever has to go through it. But anyway, back to it. So this is the first time I've logged in a while, and they've got all the update terms and conditions, and it flat out tells you, you hook your heart rate monitor up to this device.
Right.
We're keeping track of your data.
Well, but here's the thing though, right? So the second that you connect to a network like even Peloton, and you give them regular updates on your data, they don't just have your name and your phone number and your email address. They have your habits. They have your behaviors. They know when you do what, why you do what. And here's the great thing for people who know data. You can connect the dots on a lot of different data points, and
go back to the algorithm episode.
Right, it's true though, and really do backwards social engineering to find out exactly who these people are, even if you know almost nothing else about them.
Yep.
And then you connect them to their friends, their family, who also have data points in all these various areas. And it's not just, we're not just picking on certain companies like Facebook, like Google. There's companies like Peloton. There's companies like Fitbit. Fitbit's owned by Google. I'm not going there. But
well, I'm actually going to pick on the U.S. government for a moment. And a little bit of defense on Facebook's part.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going someplace else. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yes. During the hearings, everybody remembers, the water sipping hearings, which is part of our promo earlier today. You put that on as freaking hilarious. During that actual ordeal, there was, and I can't remember what the lady's name was, senator from blah, 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 blah. It doesn't really make a difference. She obviously had no clue what the heck she was talking about and should not have been in this room. But she's sitting going, I understand that you collect 13 points of data on every person. And water drinking Suzanne there goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Because there's no actual points of data. It's all trend. It literally is trend.
Suzanne? Who's Suzanne?
I have no idea.
Is this a person that name rhymes with Bark Blickelberg?
That's okay. Yes, yes, that would be.
Look, I don't want to get flagged or kicked offline again.
Yeah. Well, we've already done that once. So he's sitting there. He's trying. It's really hard because anybody who has half a flipping brain understands that this lady's asking a question based off of something, and I'll get there in a moment.
Right.
But anyway, he's sitting there like, it's not a matter of tracking any 13 things or 30 things or 50 things.
Right.
It's a matter of tracking everything. Every website you go to, what do you do? And the whole purpose of it is to sell to advertisement.
Right.
The whole purpose of it is to find out where you're going to be. What do you do? If you get out of work at 5 p.m. and you're home at 5:30 p.m. and at 5:35 you're on the Book of Faces and you're scrolling through, guess what? They're going to know that.
Well, so I did actually watch a lot of that hearing, and part of the problem that I saw a lot of people asking this guy questions, and I'm not defending anybody. Or putting anybody else down. But
I'm putting them down. I had a lot of people. Yes, go ahead. You're going to say what I say.
Slightly older demographics.
Fogies.
Don't really know digital that well.
Idiots.
Who heard something from their nephew.
No. They read it on Facebook.
They probably read it on Facebook.
Literally,
or they saw a meme about it.
Yes.
And they thought they had a bunch of gotcha questions.
Yes. So exactly it. This lady, I literally cannot remember her name because I was just stunned that she was that close because he kept asking where she got this data from or where she got this information. I don't understand what you're talking about. She was that close saying, well, I read on Facebook that Facebook collects 31 points or 13 points of data. And I'm sitting there going, oh, this lady's an absolute moron.
There was one moment that I just laughed. I loved it. So it's a close-up of Blark's face, Blark Bluckerberg, a close-up of his face, and you hear the guy asking the question, and he starts off by saying, I was talking to my friend about that I really like chocolate, and then I go online I'm not looking for chocolate. And he goes on for like several sentences talking about how much he likes chocolate, what kind of chocolate he likes. And the whole time it's on Blark. And he's trying to keep the straight, Lieutenant Commander Data face, trying not to blink.
Based upon the Lieutenant Commander Data images or videos that you share with us today, Lieutenant Commander Data struggles with the straight face.
Exactly. But the guy behind him, like, couldn't control it. And he was, like, rolling his eyes. And, like, eventually the guy got to a good point where he's like, and then I go online and I get ads for chocolate. What do I do if I don't want those ads for chocolate anymore because I might want to talk about chocolate? And he went on for, like, 3 more sentences about chocolate. But the point is, he did actually have kind of a good point because
it's happened to us.
How many times have you been talking about something, you're completely offline, but you happen to have one of these sitting right next to you? And magically, you then start seeing ads for exactly the thing you were talking about. It happens a lot.
Again, guess what? You might have your Google terms and conditions on here that says that it can't do X, Y, Z. One of your third-party people
here's the
might
funny
be able
thing.
to do it.
I'm in digital marketing, and I've been in digital marketing for some really big companies with very big budgets who buy a lot of data.
Lots of data.
Who utilize a lot of data. And everybody that I know in the field agrees that they've had the same thing happen to them, but you talk to the big companies who manage this kind of stuff, and they say, well, that's not possible. If the device isn't actively listening, it's not listening to you. Then explain it. Well, it's coincidence? But it happens. So here's an example. He's a prime example because this is so weird that, like, it can't be just a weird coincidence. So a buddy and I, we were walking to a meeting. We were walking through our office, back when you can actually go to a corporate office. And we had meetings back to back all day long. So to get any work done, like, you literally have to hold your computer like this, type with this hand as you're walking down the hallway. And we were joking, we need to invent a walking desk, one that kind of wraps around over your shoulders, and there's a little desk sitting in front of your chest where you can just, like, sit here and, like, type while people are watching me do this, and they're like, what is he being, praying mantis or something? But you can type like this as you're walking down the hallway. Wouldn't you know it, as soon as I get back to my desk, I see pre-roll ads on YouTube for standing desks, and even a walking desk, which was a desk treadmill. That I've never seen those ads before, and maybe about 3 months afterwards, I never saw those ads again. I mean, I probably will now, but, like, it was so, like, on the nose to what we were talking about.
Yep.
And the only thing we had open, or had with us that could possibly be hearing were our laptops and our phones. Now,
you could chalk it up to conspiracy theorists, and I do a lot with that with West.
Look,
but in order for a computer, look here. Computers, and Wes and I have a disagreement on this. Computers will never be able to take over the world. It just can't happen.
I've never
somebody has to write the algorithm for it, and it's such a complex series of if and or statements that it's unfathomable for them to generate wind blowing. It's just insane.
Are we talking about AIs taking over the world?
AI, yeah.
Oh, that's a conversation we're going to have.
It can't happen. Can't happen. There's laws to prevent that. I've seen it.
Computing. Look,
I've seen it. Will Smith said it can't happen.
I saw iRobot. I read the book. I know what happens.
But if your paramour,
if you're the only person in the world who says paramour.
Am I really?
Yes. Isn't that a band?
It might be, but it also means significant other, loved one, boyfriend, girlfriend. So if your other is not there, or let's say they're in front of you, but their ears are plugged, and they've got a sinus infection, your station tubes are plugged, they just can't hear you, and you're talking to them, they're not going to respond. In order for them to respond, they must be listening to you.
Right.
In order for Siri, Google, Alexa, any of them to respond, they must be listening to you. This is basic math.
Right. And, but we already do know.
Yes.
Amazon and Google both admit their devices are listening
all the time
and recording. They claim for a period of time only to pick up those keywords.
Yep. Data analytics
for learning purposes.
And they've admitted that they do it, and they have people that have their little headphones on that listen to it, in little clips.
Yeah.
And you'll also
And
notice.
how long ago was it that I think it was Amazon got in trouble, or Amazon or Google, one of them got in trouble.
It was Amazon.
Because somebody leaked some of that audio.
Yeah. Yes, it was. It wasn't that long ago, but it was Amazon. One of the things that you'll see is it'll say, can we share or collect
Yeah.
non-identifying data?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are allowing them to collect non-identifying data. So you're giving company A a chance to get non-identifying data. But company B, C, D, E through all the freaking letters A, B, B, Z, Z, all the way through them have your IP address.
Yep.
Your IP address mapped to your home address. Your home address mapped to your name, your telephone numbers, and everything. It's not that hard to hand that data off so that when you say, man, I'd love to have some chocolate ice cream tonight,
Right.
that company A, who is attaching non-identifiable data, I'd like chocolate ice cream. They now have the data, the information to company B through all the rest of them.
Right.
They can get all the way through and say, all right, this guy here connected to there, to this address, to his phone number,
Right.
to this Facebook
It
ad.
can all be
and
connected very easily.
And it's lightning fast that it can happen.
It can be connected. Those dots can be
Ladies
connected.
and gentlemen, welcome to the Underdog
Conspiracy hour.
Conspiracy algorithm.
But it's true. Look,
And it's
I
not a
deal with data
conspiracy.
all the time.
It's literally
And
big
those,
data
Those
yes,
data points
algorithms.
can be connected literally instantaneously.
Laura says hi.
Laura L. Lyons Black. Hi, Mom. How you doing? I've been missing a lot of comments over here. I haven't
Yeah,
been
what are you
paying
doing?
attention.
Oh, they're not doing anything. Slacker.
Kelly Clay says, when is this going to happen? Kelly, when is what going to happen?
Kelly, I
that
think
computers are going to take over the world?
No. That comment's been there for a while. I'm not sure what it's about. We may have been talking about something important at that time, and she replied, but I don't know.
So, all right. Well, anyway, so look, the point is, even if you think that you're not giving your information up, you're giving your information up. It's out there. The second you join any of these platforms, the second you turn on any connected device.
Oh, I got a great one. Oh, I love this.
What do we?
I love this. And it goes around the Book of Faces from time to time.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight at midnight, Facebook does blah, 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 and public, and takes all of your pictures and all of your data and makes it public, unless you copy and paste this information here. Attention, Facebook. I do not want you to use my data. I hereby revoke the right to use your data. You agree to the terms and conditions. It doesn't matter how many times you forward some stupid meme. It doesn't matter.
That's
Every
true.
time you open the app, you are agreeing to let Facebook do whatever Facebook is allowed to do and up to its maximum potential.
Beyond that,
Period.
any of these social platforms, if you look at the terms and services, guess what? The second you post something on there, whether it's a photo or actual or written content, it's in
Yep.
the terms and services that they now own that
Yep.
content.
So
That photo,
we have
photo
Joyce.
of your kid that you put on Facebook,
Yep.
Facebook owns that photo now because you put
There's-
it on their platform.
So Joyce Rogers popped in and said hello.
Joyce Rogers, thanks for joining
So
us.
thanks for joining us.
I
And
like-
another
I like your
shout out.
lab on your profile picture. That's a cool. I like that lab.
I like puppies.
I like the puppy.
So Tammy over here, it's Tammy's birthday this weekend. They're in
it's
here
her birthday.
celebrating. So big shout out to Tammy. I won't use her last name just because, you
It's her
know,
birthday.
the Facebook algorithm will get her and tag her in it.
It already knows.
It already knows
Her
she's
birthday's
here.
already in Facebook.
It's already there. So anyway, Mick and
Mick
Rob.
and Rob.
Mick, was that about time? Hey.
Mick Walcott,
You know,
Rob
I haven't
Miller.
seen-
It's been a while. Rob, where
I-
have you been? Mick, where have you been?
I think it's been us actually.
Oh boy.
I think it's
Mick
I
and
think
Rob.
it's-
I'm sorry. Blame this
Yes,
guy.
yes, it has been. It has been us. We've been the ones that are abandoned. But I actually talked to Rob the other day. Was texting a little bit, going like, "Man, I haven't seen you guys in a long time. I'd like to hang out." So I'm thinking maybe Friday night, if everything works out well, we'll go.
Good idea.
We'll go shoot the breeze with
We
those
need to
boys.
do a show from Mick's house again. That was fun.
That was a good time down there.
Yeah.
We've done a couple of them down there. It was a good time.
Absolutely.
But anyway, we wanted to wish Tammy happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tammy.
Tammy is
she
actually,
says.
yeah, she does. She was like, oh please, dear Lord, don't talk about me up there. But Tammy is actually one of the Stein masters, and if you see our little fancy Steins that we have here, when you're a Stein master, you get one of these Steins, and it's locked up in a locker. Everybody except me.
Except
I'm kind of
you're a special
I'm
case.
a little odd duck. So
Little.
a little bit of an odd duck. Yeah. So you get a Stein Master. Now, right now, currently in Buffalo, because I was at the Hofbräu House in Buffalo on Monday night, Monday night. I'm telling you, my days of the week are just shot because I work so around the clock now. But on Monday night, I was at the Hofbräu House in Buffalo, New York. There is over 1,000 people on the wait list to become a Stein Master.
1,000
in Buffalo.
Over 1,000 people.
Yes. I offered to pay to have a rack set up so I could have my Stein in a very specific place over there. And the lady's like, no. And then at one point I was like, all right, we're going to get this worked out. She's like, all right, maybe. I was like, I'm out of here. I took you from a hard no to a maybe. I'm moving on. I'll see you on the next time. You have a good night.
There you go. You'll be in there. Look.
I'll be there.
You work your way up to having your Stein be the only one that gets locked in the liquor cabinet.
Yes, my Stein gets locked up with the manager stuff now. And actually, I think I have a Stein number over here. I don't even know what it is. But I don't use it anymore.
Yeah. You're just too good. He's too good for the rest of us.
I'm just better than the rest of you.
You know it.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
But back to Data.
Were we talking about Data?
We might have mentioned it.
All right. So Lieutenant Commander Data, his commission was actually not made up. He actually went to Starfleet, that's not the Data we're talking about?
Can you imagine being in
a class?
Starfleet Academy and sitting next to Data?
No. Could you imagine being in Starfleet Academy being the number 2 in the class? Because you're competing against this guy?
Exactly. Well, he's pointing at me, of course.
Well, I mean, not this guy.
Well, here's another funny thing, though. Look,
nerd alert.
People make fun of Mark Bluckerberg for being an android because of his sipping of the water. Look at a picture of his face during that session in Congress. Next to Data from Star Trek, they look remarkably similar.
We're not saying that he's an android. We're just saying he's an android.
Lieutenant Commander Bluckerberg is what I'm trying to say.
You're going to mess that up, and we're still getting kicked off the internet again.
It's true. Don't mention the 2 magic words of the Data scandal that got us kicked off last time.
Hey, I did it last week, and they didn't catch it.
That's true. Good point.
It was a test.
But they did delete my my agenda for this evening.
Yes.
But here's the funny thing about Data, by the way. Even if say your grandma isn't on Facebook. She doesn't even have a computer. She doesn't get online at all. Has she ever moved? Has she ever moved her house? Unless she's living in the same house she lived in her entire life, chances are she's probably moved at some point. Here's a funny thing a lot of people don't seem to realize. The United States Postal Service.
Oh, dear Lord. Whoa, careful.
Data.
Careful. It is sad. You know, everybody out there. Everybody out there knows that we are a hard line against politics.
Yes.
We don't let it on the show. We don't talk about things like that. And it is sad that something such as the mail service. We might want to rephrase how I'm saying that. The mail service.
Postal service.
Postal service. There we go. The Postal Service can actually be a politically polarizing entity.
And if I'm politicizing this, I don't mean to. There's nothing political about what I'm saying here.
The moral of the story to it is they are tracking your
not just
data.
Tracking your data, they're selling your data. And here's the funny thing, right?
Where's the terms and services?
You can actually go on the Postal Service website, and they specifically say they will not sell your personal data. Why? There's actually a law against it. And this was in my agenda that got deleted by Big Data.
But wait, there's more.
Right, there's a law that says they're not allowed to sell or rent your personal data. However, here's the loophole that they managed to pull off, right? What they do is they're not selling your data. They're simply helping these other companies, these other data brokers, update their list with your new information every time you move or have a change of address or somebody new gets added to your address or any change to your address whatsoever that has to do with you, including what types of mail you get and why and when and how often. These data brokers get it because their lists are just being updated. It's not the Postal Service selling your data. I mean, they're selling, they're making money, but they're just helping these other companies. They're providing you a service because in the end, it's all about providing you a better service.
Indeed.
So look, even if you don't own a computer, But if you have an address in the United States,
I'm gonna say
guess
these
what?
words to you.
You are on these lists, and your data is being sold every single day.
So I'm gonna say these words to you, and you need to follow up and say the words that follow. You ready?
I don't know where you're going with this.
The road to hell
Is paved with good intentions.
There we have it.
My mom used to say that all the time.
Yep. I didn't
it's
mean to. The road to hell's paved with good intentions. Look here. There are tons of things that we do on a daily basis. Even myself. I go out there and I try to do the best thing, and I know what I'm trying to accomplish. And sometimes the exact opposite happens because either A, I didn't actually think it through. This doesn't happen very often. I'm a pretty smart guy. Actually, this doesn't happen to me. I've seen that.
It's never happened to him, he promises.
Yes. Well, once or twice. Or somebody is warning you, don't do this, here's a side effect of it, and your hubris takes over, and off you go. United States Postal Service, please send all of my bills to West's address.
Rob Miller, you can send your bills to my house. Guess what's going to happen?
Return to sender. Address unknown.
Instant recycle, and then your bills will get paid. Something smells really good here, by the way. That's the problem with
Jiminy Christmas.
with
What
working
was
from the
that?
Hofbrau. It's what it smells like. It smells like fresh, homemade chicken noodle soup and dumplings.
I don't know. Oh, they do have the Spätzle here, which is
It might
really
be the
good.
Spätzle. So here's a couple questions. Matthew Harmon says, "How do I become a data broker?" Quick answer, Matt. Start a social media company like Blark Bluckerberg. Mick Walcott asks, "What happens if you have more than one house?" That's a great question.
Oh, they know that too.
They know it. They know it all because you can have 10
Tax
houses.
assessor.
It's all in a big spreadsheet that gets sold for millions of dollars.
Yeah. We say spreadsheet, but it really is an access database. But
Well, right.
some people aren't going to know what that is.
A database is basically just a big spreadsheet.
It's a big spreadsheet with a couple extra features.
Think of Excel
On
only
steroids.
the size of Jupiter.
Guatemala. Oh, okay, Jupiter. Okay. I was thinking I was going big with Guatemala, and you're like, Trump, Jupiter. Oh, crap, I said a T word.
You can't say that word. Now, we just
darn
lost
it.
Facebook again. You can't say it.
It was about euchre or spades.
Exactly. So here's a question I have. Look, I'm not a card player. But the T word card, right?
Yeah.
Did that get
The rump roast card.
How is that like synonymous with a name somehow? What is the origin of that name? Of the name of that card? You probably know all kinds of random BS.
Well, if you think about it, let's play a quick game of.
It's not named after DT.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's not named after.
The former president.
After Donald J. It is. You take a game of Top Trump. Trump is what's on top. It's this trumps that.
I mean, I get it, but why is it called the Trump card?
That's a great question.
And is
somebody
Donald
a
Trump,
lot older?
Is Donald Trump named after the card?
I'm going to go with a negative. Ghost Rider, the pattern is fool. I don't believe so, because that'd be foolish way to name somebody.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Look, I've heard weird names.
To be quite honest, I don't really care what he's named after or any of it. So,
back to data.
Back to data.
Back to big data.
What happened right there. One of the things, actually, in one of our early casts, we noticed that we had auto captions.
Yep.
So, now, even though we no longer run with auto captions on, do you think Facebook's system is not converting our words into text and logging every single one of them?
It absolutely is.
Well, I don't think it's logging all of them. It's processing all of them, discarding some of them, and then marking certain ones of them as well.
Incorrect.
Like our last conversation about the card games definitely had a lot of marks in it.
Incorrect. I'll tell you why. It is actually logging them, it's saving them, and associating the text file with this video. Facebook does it.
Yes.
Facebook does it. Instagram does it. YouTube does it. Everything that hosts video in the
What's
modern
happening,
era does it. And
I said, what's happening, Kevin? Keep him busy?
Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
What's your name? That's Wes. This is Dave, and we're the Underdog Journey.
Yeah, we're live on the internet. You want to come say hi?
My name is Gary.
Gary.
Gary?
Yeah.
Gary, pleasure
to meet you,
I
Gary.
see you out here all the time.
Yeah, I work
Yeah. Kicking
Awesome,
butt and
man.
taking name. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Gary.
And that was Gary. He didn't want to come on camera.
No, but Gary's been out here working, kicking butt. I mean, I've seen him out here for a couple months.
You made me
He's
lose
been
my
out
place.
here for a while.
You made me lose my place.
That's never happened before.
I've never. We're like a couple of cats in a room full of cat things.
We're like a couple of cats in a room full of chickens. Get me a picture of Spider-Man.
It's a big data.
And we're back.
No, you aren't. So we're talking
yeah,
about
they associate
the word file.
Yeah, they associate it with the video.
Associate with the video.
Yeah.
They do it for a few reasons, and these are actually legitimate reasons. They do it for tagging purposes.
Yep.
They do it so that people who they think, because of their databases, they think would be most interested in videos like this.
Yep.
They want to serve this video up because social media, every social media platform, their number one goal is to keep people on their platforms for as long as possible so they can serve up as many ads as possible. So they actually use those to pull out keywords from things that we say. So every time we say the T word or Bluckerberg, things like that, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, those are being saved as as data that is stored in the back end that the platform can then
what
use
mathematical
to serve.
process is utilized in the application of said keywords?
You're talking about an algorithm?
I'm talking about an algorithm.
I love the algorithm show. The algorithm show was fantastic.
You know what? We need to go back and do some algorithm. We go back to the algorithm show and take some cuts out of the algorithm show and do a whole nother show about the algorithm show algorithm.
Now, you know what we need to do? We need to do an algorithm show, only turn into a drinking game.
Challenge accepted.
I knew that would get your attention.
I'm sorry.
I knew it.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, so we have the answer from Mick Walcott. Mick Walcott says, Trump card, a playing card of suited chosen rank, so we know, Mick.
Which can win a trick.
Yeah, so David.
Now, wait a minute.
We're not, this is a family show, Mick Walcott. This is a family show.
I believe if I'm out in a parking lot full of semi-trucks, that a trick is something completely different than what a card game is.
We call those lot lizards, David. And now we're tagged for talking about lot
and there we go. You keep saying family show. I'm not really sure where he got that from.
Truckers all over the world are now going to be served up our video. And our demographic of semi-truck, cross-country semi-truck drivers just went through the roof.
We're going to have to get the Jeremy Clarkson video of, man, it's really a rough life being a shift gear, change lane, shift gear, murder a prostitute, shift gears. And that's exactly what he said on their show in the BBC over there too. So
he's a funny guy. Look,
he is
the British version of. I'm not a car guy, but the British version of Top Gear was brilliant.
And that was
a great show.
That's what the people.
I apologize to Matt LeBlanc, but you were not good. In any form.
Well, the thing is, they failed to understand after those three left. They failed to understand that show appealed to more than just people of the car guy, the petrol head. If you're over there,
I'm not a car guy, but I love the show.
But that show is awesome, and even now, Amazon is making the same mistake. Amazon is taking the show and making it the Grand Tour, which originally in its original state was pretty good. But after season 3, they're like, oh, well, we're going to do only the big travel around stuff.
Right.
As opposed to sitting them in the room, in the studio, talking with people. I loved Top Gear. One of the best parts of it was the studio parts of it.
Right.
Their interactions were just priceless. I cannot tell you any 3 people that have a better dynamic than those.
It's true.
And their interactions were off the charts. It applied to so many people that you can't duplicate it unless the BBC wants to hire us.
Well,
so
look.
then we'll go.
There we go. That's a little better. So look, in Amazon's defense, they only got Matt LeBlanc because David Schwimmer said no.
No. It wasn't Amazon. It was BBC who got Matt LeBlanc over to do the British version. Now Matt LeBlanc was one of the fastest drivers around the Star and the reasonably priced car over there. So they had like just a cheap car. It had a roll cage installed in it, so I mean it was a little heavier than a normal vehicle.
Like you do.
But this car is like $12,000 and lower. So you can't find it. Well, I mean 12,000 pounds, so it's $16,000 over here. Yeah, 16. Yeah, that was good. So over here, so it's a reasonably priced car. It's not them driving a Maserati or a Ferrari or a Countach. I mean, or a Lamborghini, any of that.
I'm not quite sure what you're talking about right now. You lost me.
I'm talking about cars. I like cars.
You're talking about a specific segment on a specific episode.
A very specific segment.
Talking about Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah, well, Matt LeBlanc was the driver who had one of the fastest times in that group. So, and he is a car guy. That doesn't mean he's a car show guy.
Yeah, right. Well, look. Has anybody ever said, you know what, I would really love to see a show about Matt LeBlanc driving cars? It said no one ever.
That's not what she said.
That I don't even know what that means at this point.
I don't either.
It doesn't quite work.
We've got so many negatives in there. I gotta put a Boolean algebra together to figure out where it goes.
Exactly. So back to data. It's everywhere.
Oh, I thought you were going to launch into something.
But no, you know what? So there are.
Wait! I got a reenactment of West 7 seconds ago. Back to data. It's everywhere.
A couple of cats and a room full of cat things.
All right, dude. That was the best. I mean, that's a top 10 quote of all time.
Clearly, we're going to put it on a T-shirt. It's going to happen.
I mean, 9 of the top 10 are Jesus. You get the 10th spot.
Oh, I'm up there with Jesus.
Yeah, you're up there with Jesus.
Wow.
We're a bunch of cats in a room full of cat things.
You need another liter.
No.
You need another liter of cola, my friend.
Another liter of cola. Cola's bad for you. There's so much sugar.
It is.
Anyway.
I stopped drinking soda, and I've been losing some. I've been shedding some pounds.
Yeah, I take a healthier approach to it, and I drink beer.
Well, look, beer is all natural. In a lot of cases of the good breweries, beer is actually organic. So look, it's keto friendly. Probably not. Don't listen to me if you're a keto.
Wait a minute.
I'm trying to say
I'm literally drinking a half a Bison right now. That is not.
It's keto friendly. It's vegetarian. It's vegan. Beer is vegan, so it's actually great for the environment.
Yes, great. Drink beer, save the world.
But yes, I just figured it out. Data is everywhere. But look, there are some ways for you to opt out. I'll tell you how you can opt out. Get ready for this. Convert to being Amish. But even if you're still on list, you're on list and you're on list forever.
I guarantee you, even the people who take their time, the Amish being one of them.
The Amish?
The Amish, yes.
Amish? They're the
yes.
Amish.
Yeah, the Jebediahs. You got it. The Yoders. Anyway.
I know some people with the last name Yoder. I'm not sure they...
You know what? There's a company here in Ohio called Yoder Electric.
Yeah?
And I just flat would not hire them.
Right. They show up in their buggy.
I just wouldn't do it. Yoder Electric. I'm like, oh. And you know what? To be honest,
Yoder Technologies. They're going to the moon.
I have actually worked with them, and they are
good?
They are kick-ass.
Yoder Electric, if you're watching this,
yes.
I apologize. He does not.
I do not apologize. Fine work. But when I first had, I'm like, oh my lord, what? Wait, what? This does not.
Right.
This does not compute.
It's right there with Quaker Tech. They're competing on the contract Go to the Moon.
Yes.
Quaker Tech.
Quaker X.
They're building their. They're doing a barn raising, only it's a rocket. So, but look, no. So there are certain things that, with your data that you can do to actually opt out of these things. So we talked earlier. If anybody watching now was listening earlier, hopefully you're sticking around.
All right. Well, you're going to stick around without me for a couple minutes.
Amazon Sidewalk.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, he'll be right back. After these messages, he'll be right back. I'm a great singer, by the way. So there are some things you can do. We talked earlier about Amazon Sidewalk, which is the new platform that Amazon is rolling out, that if you have any Amazon-enabled device in your house, they are automatically opting you into this, where people can actually hop onto your Wi-Fi. And look, they're not supposed to have access to any of your information or your devices in your house, but it's a really small step between your Wi-Fi, your WAN, your wide area network, and your LAN, your local area network, where all of your devices are, your cameras, your baby monitors, your phone, your smartwatch. It's all connected, and it's all really close. So Amazon Sidewalk, what they do is they basically open up your network, the bandwidth on your network, spare bandwidth you're not using, to be used by other people who just happen to be coming through the area or neighbors. And in general, it's a good idea. In general, it's saying that people can come on in and use your network, and all of us together are faster than each of us individually. Is the idea? I get it. There are some great ideas there. However, all it takes is a couple bad apples who know how to hack certain systems, and they have access to all your stuff. So here's something you can do. If you have an Alexa device, log into the settings, and you can actually go in and you can opt out of the Amazon Sidewalk platform, a network sharing thing that they're developing. And I'm opting out of it. I don't know if it actually do any good. The thing about having these smart devices in your house.
And we're back.
And he's back. So I'm just telling people how they can.
These people over here want to talk real quick.
I'm just telling people how they can opt out of Amazon Sidewalk.
Oh yeah, Amazon Sidewalk. Well, man, it was a long time ago since we took the tour down that road, huh?
This is a callback.
Oh yeah. The Amazon Sidewalk. So tell me, West, are there ways to opt out?
Yes, there is actually a way to manually opt out, but you need to be able to get into the settings of your Amazon device. If you have an Alexa or an enabled device, you actually do. I'm going to opt out. I recommend that you do. But here's the thing. In general, I don't know how much good it's going to do, because in the end, the terms and services are written in legalese, and they're about 1 million pages long. And look, and it's actually in the terms and services of every service that you use digitally. I promise it's in there, that every single one of them at any time can change their terms of services without prior notice.
Yep.
So opt out and keep up with the information that you're putting out there, because these things can change really fast, and you don't know until some weirdo like me comes online and tells you about it, and you just happen to stumble across the podcast while they're drinking beer online.
Yeah, so basically what it was, we have a table full of guys over here, and they've been trying to get our attention all night long.
These guys? Okay.
Yeah, these guys over here. And they're like, what do you guys do? I'm like, we run a business podcast. He's like, just shocked. I'm like, the difference with us is we're not boring as well piss.
Until we talk about algorithms.
Algorithms are really hard to make more than algorithms. So, I mean, I honestly,
we got to find a way to make it fun.
We both make crack jokes. West actually more than I do about the algorithm show. You know what? Sometimes the actual information is just.
Well, I literally feel like you fell asleep that episode. Go back and watch it. I'll get the number. I
did not fall asleep. I might have dozed a little bit.
I saw a little bit of this.
No. Basically, I was over on the thing here. And I know my wife talks to me. She's like, I was almost ready to call you, tell you to pay attention.
He's just Googling. He's shopping online.
That's what I'm doing.
Hopefully,
right
it wasn't
now.
Amazon.
I'm looking at Speedos.
So what about these guys over here? Do you have a nice
anyway, they definitely want us to talk to them after we get done. So
all right,
they want to know more about this. They want to know more about the show, but I didn't want to take any more time off.
Well, look, we are a couple of popular guys.
We are.
Cool.
We are. What's crazy is everybody in here. They every one of them wants to know what's going on up here.
This is a packed house, and I've seen every table out here glance at us at least a couple times tonight.
Yeah, some of them are just like me.
So at some point, so everybody watching, we're not on the house audio. People here cannot hear us
because
have no
clue what's going on.
We would bore the crap out of most of them, I feel like. But but here's the thing: sooner or later, hopefully this summer, we're gonna do a trivia night here.
Yeah.
We probably won't put it on this. We'll probably put it on the After Dark channel.
Yeah.
But Underdog After Dark, look for it. It is fun. It doesn't have a YouTube channel yet, but it does have a Facebook page. So go on Facebook and look for Underdog After Dark.
Yeah, it'd be
2 words.
Good
And,
the Underdog After Dark.
3 words.
After Dark.
Something like that. Look at Underdog After Dark. One of those.
1. 2.
And it's, if the count sounded like that, I would definitely watch more Sesame Street.
Yes.
They need to do an adult.
Blah, blah, blah.
Adult.
An adult Sesame Street?
Sesame Street. where it's like, well, so they tried it,
don't
and they did that Happy Time Murders, which was terrible.
Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, do not Google Adult Sesame Street.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Don't
Mick, stop Googling it right now.
Well, Matt Harmon already knows. I'm sure.
Matt Harmon's got it pinned to his desktop.
So Mick is going to hate me for this. Hey, Matt Harmon, call Mick and tell him all about Adult Sesame Street, because Mick needs to hear this. He needs this in his life.
He does. He does need it in his life. So, last week we had
Russ Wilson from Aquarimax Pets.
Yeah, Russ Wilson from DemonSpiders.com.
That might be a thing.
So
what he's talking about is last week we had a guy who has a website called Aquarimax Pets, and he mostly has a really successful YouTube channel as well, and he mostly talks about different kinds of insects and vertebrates, things like that. He has a website where he sells things. Happy birthday!
We were talking about you.
We were.
You were in La La Land. Yep, we were saying it's your birthday this Saturday, and for everybody to come down and wish you a good happy birthday and leave you $1. They'll be here tomorrow.
Come by tomorrow to get your money.
We will see you guys. Have a good evening.
Happy birthday.
You were talking about demon spiders.
Yes, so Russ Wilson, AquariumXPets.com. Go look up his YouTube channel. It's actually a really, really fun website. And
DemonSpiders.com is available. I'm about to buy it.
You should. My son would probably love it. But
all right,
we started talking about these. So my son I'm raising him right. I'm doing the right thing with my son. He loves two things. One of them is called a vinegaroon. The other is called an amblypidget.
The vinegaroon is the thing you guys had me Google last week, and I'm looking. I'm like,
the funny thing is,
I'm a big brave man. No, thank you.
When my son first started talking about it, he's 5, right? He's almost 6. He has a great imagination. And my wife and I thought he was making these things up. It sounded like some alien creature that he just made up, and even the word sounds made up, vinegaroon.
And he was correct.
And it's funny, for the longest time we thought he was making it up, and he asked me to look it up online. I'm like, buddy, I don't think they have things from your imagination on Google, because he wanted to see pictures. And he's like, no, it's just like the amblypidget, only he started talking about like the anatomical differences.
The amblypidget?
Of these two different things. I'm like, amblypidgets, they're not real, buddy. It's not a real. He's like, no, it's real. Look it up. So I Googled these things, and they're real. My 5-year-old son knew about vinegaroons and amblypidgets, and I'd never even heard of these things.
Where did you go wrong as a parent?
He would rather pretend to be a vinegaroon than an athlete. I'm doing something very right with my son. Right.
No. Well, I get.
My son will be the next.
You can wake up. Okay,
no.
You get to wake up and crawling across your chest is a vinegaroon or anacornicova.
Look.
What do you do?
Look.
Which one do you take?
Either way, my wife's not going to be happy. Either way, my current wife is not going to be happy. I'm just telling you.
Yes, indeed. I'm just saying.
But everybody out there...
If I had to pick, I'm taking anacornicova.
Everybody out there, go out and Google vinegaroon.
Oh, wow. He was a giant snail. The boy was a giant snail today.
I love... What kind of giant snail? I love giant snails.
Was it a vinegaroon snail?
Was it like a deep-sea gigantism snail
demon
kind of thing?
Snail? I'm going to look at demon snail, see if it's demonsnail.com.
That's not a thing, because he'll tell you the anatomical differences, and he'll tell you that snails don't have pedipalps, and they don't spit acid, and they don't... Look, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing with my kid.
Oh, my Lord.
He's a good kid.
I'm just telling you, I'm just saying that given the choice, I'm taking anacornicova over the demon spider.
Look, my current wife is watching. And,
all right. Current wife, what would you rather have on your chest?
Anacornicova,
or a demon spider?
Or a vinegaroon, or amblypidget.
Well, vinegaroon is the demon spider.
They're both demon spiders.
Yes, they're
both pretty close. The difference is...
I didn't sleep for 3 days after... I didn't sleep till Sunday morning. It was ridiculous. Looking at vinegaroons on Wednesday night. Nope.
Nope.
That's a big old nope from Dave right here.
Oh, and my current wife says Anna, and that's why
Yes.
I'm married to this fine young lady.
And no. No, there was no choice. It seemed like there was multiple choices here, but there really wasn't.
I didn't
There
leave her a
really
choice.
was not.
Well, so maybe I'll give that to her as a choice in the future. Look, honey, I'm sorry. This was your choice. Anna Kournikova comes knocking on my door. Look, you said so.
Well, I don't think she speaks a lot of English, so I don't think the risk is high.
I don't think people like her because of her English skills.
She's an excellent tennis player. Well, was an excellent tennis player.
That's what I'm talking about.
She'd probably still slaughter me at tennis.
I'm talking about her tennis skills. What were you talking about?
Although the serve machine is better than me at tennis, so it's good.
My 5-year-old son, who's never touched a tennis racket, is probably better than me at tennis.
Yes.
He saw football the other day. He called it a basketball.
I've got to visit more often.
I have a basketball hoop.
I
actually have a basketball hoop in my backyard.
I've got to visit more often.
We used to hang pinatas from.
Yes. Yes. As I'm the guy that took you practice casting. And practice casting
It's not
right
my
next
fault
to you.
I hadn't held a fishing rod in 10, 15 years.
That was called a fishing racket.
Maybe 20 years.
We should have called them fishing rackets. Oh my Lord, that would have been priceless.
Rackets.
Fishing rackets.
Well, we're going to invent that now. Fishing rackets.
Fishing rackets.
It's the whole thing. It's a racket. It's a racket.
Hey, Shannon Black is up here going.
Speaking
what's up,
of
guys?
fishing rackets,
we're literally just talking about fishing rackets, and Shannon Black pops up. What's happening, Shannon? We're doing good. I'm very glad you chimed in.
So everybody watching who doesn't know, Shannon Black runs a YouTube channel, little tiny YouTube channel called Real Life Outdoors with Shannon Black, and we smoked him in a fishing competition just not too long ago.
By smoked him, we bought them dinner after they slaughtered us at the actual fishing tournament.
Well, look, in our defense, nothing was biting. Even his partner didn't get a single bite.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just us.
Yeah, it wasn't just us. There were a lot of people there.
But we're going to do this again next year.
Yeah, we
can't
can't
make this
wait.
an annual thing.
We can't wait.
Whereas, thanks to Shannon and the hard work he put in total, the competition raised like $4,600 for
the
Easter seals of Central and Southern Ohio.
Yeah, it was a great charity, a great event. We had a wonderful time. Everybody down there was terrific, and hopefully,
it was fun.
Hopefully we can double it next year.
Oh yeah, I think that's our goal.
I think we've set a goal. I think we've set the goal next year at $10,000.
Yeah,
we need everybody's help. We need everybody's help to do this. It's not one person. It's not 4 people. There were a lot of people involved in this, and we just want to make it that much bigger.
We'll go back to Buddy's Pay Lake, and we will have people lining the entire lake.
Yep. And I don't know.
It wasn't far off this time.
They got that little place down there, down the hill, away from the lake, that we could even do maybe even possibly a live band down there or something.
Oh, yeah.
We should take a look at it.
My current wife is flirting with Matt Harmon again.
Kirsten, I must say that Matt Harmon is just not one of the underdogs.
He's not.
He's
Underdog
not here.
Matt, look, he's more interested in eating his candy corn.
He's overdog.
And he's well overdog.
Overdog.
Oh, that took a weird turn. We're like a couple of cats in the room full of cat things.
Literally just started thinking about theme songs for the overdog.
We need a theme song. So here's what we need. So our countdown music is pretty bad. I'm going to play this for a second just so everybody can hear our countdown music. So that's our countdown music. And it just loops like that for about 10 minutes. We need a cool theme song.
We do.
So if anybody out there has any ideas of music that we can get without paying ridiculous royalties, let us know. So Shannon Black just says he knows a guy who has a band who could possibly play at next year's competition. So Shannon Black, we will be talking to your buddy because we want to make this happen.
Yes, absolutely. And your wife popped up with the final countdown.
So look, I'm not joking. And my current wife is watching.
Let's take a moment and go back and ask Wes to finish that. Go ahead. Careful, we're gonna get a trademark strike.
It's that accurate. It's that accurate. So now that my current wife is watching, this is not a joke. I actually wanted the final countdown as our wedding march.
Okay. Oh.
How cool would that have been?
Yeah, that'd have been great.
We were married in a brewery, actually at a brewery. That might have been pushing it too far. But she's watching, so she can attest. I wanted that song. I told her.
Yeah, our wedding march, the final countdown.
Oh,
That's
see,
what
she said it. She's
said
on it.
Yes,
She knows.
White kid, or wait, not white kid. White on rice. White on rice.
White kid on
White
rice.
kid on rice. White kids on rice. Film at 11.
I don't know where he's going with this.
Was white on rice or a fat kid on a cupcake? I think I mixed them.
Is that racist or fat shaming?
Well, I'm white and fat, so I think I'm good either way.
Good call.
No, I'm like the guy from the Boondock Saints, mixing and matching the stories.
The bartender. I was gonna say, are you Norman Reedus or are you Sean Patrick Flannery?
No, I'm the old bartender guy.
The bartender. Look, I would rather hang out with the bartender than either one of the main guys any day. That bartender needs his own movie. I'd watch
actually,
that.
he was in a kid's show.
No.
Yes, he was. Okay, I'm gonna find it.
While you're looking that up,
I'm gonna
Shannon
look it
Black says another one bites the dust.
Oh, no. Too soon. Too soon.
Shannon, look. Don't be angry, Shannon.
You're going down in almost a year.
Don't be angry, Shannon, that we're just better than you at fishing. I'm sorry about it. But look, we even look better in camouflage. The world knows it now because we lost and had to wear camouflage. So the bet was if we lost the fishing competition, we actually had to do the podcast in wearing camouflage. And we did this a couple weeks ago after we lost.
Yeah, it was just a couple weeks ago.
Laura Lines Black, we will rock you. So these are great suggestions. Here's maybe an idea. What about this? For the countdown, it's just us for 10 minutes doing karaoke of these songs. You think we'd get a copyright strike?
Well, if we don't get it for that.
My
I said
current
Queen
wife
all
says-
day, absolutely. Okay, so I got to talk about this. I got to put a plug for Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines in here.
What does that have to do with Queen?
Royal Caribbean Cruise
Queen.
Lines.
Put it together.
I've already booked my cruise for next year. All right, I've already booked my cruise for next year.
Sure.
Thinking about trying to skip one in this year too. But the cruise that we're on next year has a Queen show on the cruise, and I am ecstatic.
I'm assuming it's a cover band.
It's a show. Well, I mean, yeah,
But
but it's a show. It's like a full show of Queen.
All right.
That's a band I can't get tired of listening to.
I'm not big on cover bands.
I'll listen to cover bands. So there's a Metallica cover band called the Four Horsemen.
I don't know that one.
And they are phenomenal. Okay, now there's also another cover band of Metallica, but played on cellos, called the Four Cellos, and the name of that band is called Apocalyptica. And I got to tell you, I've been to a lot of concerts in my life.
Sure.
And Apocalyptica, which was done at the Southern Theater down here in Columbus by the Westin, and that was probably one of the just most immersive shows I've ever been into, and it's Metallica. So guess who they did the vocals?
Who?
The audience did the vocals.
Oh, that'd be cool.
The audience did the vocals. So we were responsible for it because it's four cellos.
Sure.
And then they did the four cellos to begin with, like the bass, old school stuff. And then they come back out a second time. They got the drums with them. So it's four cellos and a drum, and the show is just off the hook. And you, as a audience member, are the vocals. And I gotta tell you,
it's pretty cool.
It's freaking phenomenal. So they said they're going to come back by, and when they do, I will be back here to go to that show.
So my favorite rendition of Queen, my favorite song by Queen is basically when they were doing the theme song to the Highlander movie. You didn't know that, did you?
I did not.
The Highlander. The first Highlander movie with, what's his face?
Yes.
I can't remember his name.
Sean Connery?
No. Well, yeah, Sean Connery, he was the main guy. Was it Adrian Paul?
Adrian Peterson of the Minnesota Vikings.
Paul did the TV show. Who was the movie guy? Anyway, Queen did the theme song to the movie, and they took the song and put it on the TV show theme song as well. So Queen loved the Highlander. That's a little nerd trivia there for you. So Shannon Black says, I got like 5 Queen CDs. And Shannon Black, that's why you're the king. So, give us a thumbs, a like, thumbs up, a like,
a
share this video, leave a comment.
Follow the channel.
Follow anything.
Do the stuff.
If you think that our intro countdown, which is typically about 10 minutes, should just be David and I doing karaoke to Queen songs.
Is this the real life?
Oh, we need to do the Wayne's World with the can. We need to put a can.
Oh, in the car.
In the car.
Yeah, all right. We need
'Cause
two
you're a car
more
guy.
We need 2 more volunteers to be with us. Actually, I think there were 5 total.
Because you got the car
so we
thing
need
going.
3 more volunteers to be with us in the car to reenact the Wayne's World Bohemian Rhapsody scene as our introduction.
So one of David's small businesses that he's building is the American Garage Club, which won't be a small business for long because it's actually a really great idea. Go on Instagram and follow the American Garage Club.
Yes.
But we need to make this video. We need to make the Wayne's World car Bohemian Rhapsody thing happen.
Yeah, I'm looking here. I'm still hunting down the bartender there.
Shannon Black says that's what Queen did. We will rock you.
We will rock you. To brought the
they
audience
made the audience
in.
the instruments.
Yeah,
and that's smart. Look, Bohemian Rhapsody was a great movie. I'm not a big Rami Malek guy, but that was a great movie.
Yeah. Well, what did I get into here?
I don't know what you're looking at.
I have
He's looking
no
up Jeffrey Smith on
I have
IMDb.
no idea. It said bartender. I'm like, all right, the bartender. That's what.
So I think we've gone off the rails. We're not really talking about Data anymore. We're just talking about kind of Queen songs now.
Queen songs and random movies.
A couple of cats in a room full of cat
A
things.
couple of cats in a room full of cat things. Tonight on the top 9 at 9, we're counting them down. Your favorites, beginning at 9. Number 9 on the countdown, Signs by Damn Yankees.
This is a family show. You can't say damn.
The Damn Yankees. They did a remake of Signs. It was a great song.
It makes perfect sense. But you missed your call, and you should have been the next Casey Kasem.
Yes.
Casey
Yes.
Kasem.
That's what I hear all the time. It's like, hey, you should have been a millionaire on the radio. But I agree.
Yeah. Too bad the radio doesn't pay.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Radio does not pay.
I've
done a little bit of voiceover work. Boy, it does not pay.
I know. When I did every voice on like 7 Disney movies, I got like 5 cents out of it. It's ridiculous. I did it in my car
you
driving.
Talk about the business of voiceovers. That kid who did Simba. The kid who did Simba in The Lion King.
Okay, yeah.
So they tried to buy him out of his residuals from that movie for $2 million. Disney tried to buy him out for $2 million. Most people would say $2 million. Yeah, sign me up. He didn't take it. And guess what? Every time anybody plays The Lion King from now to the end of time, that dude's making money.
Wait a minute. Is that sort of like a non-fungible token?
Not even close, but it is residual payments.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We talked about that earlier in one of our podcasts where you could put stuff in there like that.
Well,
so do you think maybe the future of residual payments will be NFTs?
I think the future of all contractual obligations and agreements will be that kid's
this
looking at your
little
chips.
kid is about to take our nachos. there's literally
his face was like down in those nachos. But
there's this little kid walking around, and I always get here early because they have a happy hour specials here at the Hofbräu House, Columbus. And they have happy hour specials, and you can only get the pork nachos during that time.
You always get those specials.
So I run in here, and I literally walk in, and before I even get to my table, I run by the bartender and say, hey, put in the pork nachos for me.
Yeah.
Because I get here
That's why you get here so early.
Because I get here right. Yes, the reason I get here so early is so I can get my pork nachos. And I always eat about half of them because, there's a decent-sized plate of nachos, and they're really good. Their pulled pork here is just insane.
The nachos here are great, by the way.
So this little 4-year-old boy's running around, and he walks by and he just looks at him, and then he runs by again, he looks at him again, and this time he stopped.
And put his face right down those nachos. He even put his finger down like,
he was like,
and then he saw us looking at him.
That nacho right there. That nacho is mine.
And then he saw us looking at him.
Yeah,
and
then he ran
pulled
off.
away, and then he walked over here and picked his nose.
Yeah. So he can have the rest of those nachos.
Great. Thank you. You're a generous man, David Liffenwell.
Yes, indeed.
Generous man.
Oh, where are we at?
I have no idea.
Shannon says we will have ads for Queen and stuff after the show ends. Yes.
Look, if we get a band, we'll even have a segment.
I think next
we'll
year
have a live
band.
segment streaming that band. Let's have a band. Shannon,
do it.
Call your buddy. Tell him to start practicing now because we're going to have a live band at next year's Fishing for the Easter Seals.
Fishing for a cause.
Fishing for a cause.
Supporting
the Easter Seals of Central and Southern Ohio.
Yeah. Fishing for a Cause, the Smack Talk Fishing Tournament. I like if we mix both of our little sayings together, I think it works out pretty good. Fishing for a Cause, the Smack Talk Fishing Tournament.
Well, here's what you do. You put them all on little like boggle cubes. You mix them up. Fishing for a smack. The talking cure for a cause.
Oh.
Smacking for a cause.
We're like the cat.
Fishing cure
In
for
a room
cat
full
full
of
of cat things.
A cat full of cat things. So now the cat has eaten.
The cat's eaten the things.
The cat has
and
eaten the things and has eaten the cat. So it's a cat in a room full of cat.
Do you remember the website stuffonmycat.com?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh, it's brilliant. Everybody out there. Hey, come here.
Uh-oh.
You might be too young. Do you remember the website?
She's like 12. Yes, she's too young.
She's too young. Do you remember the website stuffonmycat.com?
No.
It's literally
Wait, no.
It's brilliant.
I'm gonna show you exactly how bad this is. Do you remember the website AOL.com? Oh, it's out of lost money on that
one.
one.
Do you remember the days before smartphones? Okay, we got it.
Did you have a Nokia?
It was a.
I didn't have a Nokia, but I had one of those like BlackBerry phones that like slid up like both ways. I thought
yes, the BlackBerry.
Oh, those were cool.
Yeah.
Yes, the BlackBerry. The government official's phone of choice.
So Stuff on My Cat was basically, it was a website where people literally just posted photos of them stacking stuff on their cats, and they'd see how high they could stack the stuff. And it would be anything. It'd be bottle caps, it'd be remote controls, it'd be boxes, and the cats don't care because they're cats. So, like us, a couple of cats in a room full of cat things. It made sense at the time.
Stack on my cat or stuff
on my cat.
Stuff on my cat.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna Google this like straight to it.
There's
all right. So I typed stuff, and then literally the top app the thing goes stuff on my cat.
Stuff on my cat.
So it was right there.
Yeah, stuff on my cat.
All right, so stuff on my cat's still up and running. Oh my dear Lord.
So it's still up and running, I think, but I think it was actually purchased by a company called, and this was a meme company in the late 90s, early 2000s called...
Generate another cat photo.
Called,
oh dear
Lord.
Lord.
See, it's not even close to what it used to be. So I think it was purchased by a company called I Can Has Cheeseburgers. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah, I remember I Can Have Cheeseburgers. Okay. I remember I Has Cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I Can Has Cheeseburgers was a meme company, kind of like the Chive, right? Before the Chive was a thing. So everybody out there knows the Chive. Keep calm and Chive on. Cool website, cool content, but this was kind of an earlier iteration of that. And it was mostly around cats because people go online because they love cat videos and photos. Well, they purchased stuffonmycat.com, and it was brilliant, but then the company went up, belly up, and the content went down. The website is garbage now. I apologize.
The website is very garbage.
To the current owners of stuffonmycat.com. Your previous glory is well behind you. But anybody out there who remembers stuffonmycat.com, like this video, follow our channel, because we need more people like you who love stuff on their cats to follow
us. Here's a cat in a pocket.
You are just the kind of people we're trying to talk to.
Yes. Like a cat in a room full of cat things.
That was a great quote. Come on. You
have not stopped laughing about this quote.
You said it was in the top 10 up there with the other 9 from Jesus.
Yes, the other 9 were Jesus.
That might be the best compliment I've ever had. I apologize
love
to my
yourself and your
wife.
neighbor and blah, 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 as I've loved you. And then there's what Wes said.
Well, so look, Jesus, when he was up on the
up on the mountains. Up on the mountain. I don't.
And he was giving the speech to his people, to his peeps, and he was doing this thing, love thy neighbor and all the fun stuff, and we're a couple of cats in a room full of cat things.
Yeah, that's what John said. John the Baptist said that. That was his original quote.
That was original. It was
and
in the.
We are now going to hell for blasphemy.
It was in the Bible. It's apocryphal.
So now we actually are getting back to people stacking crap on their cats. So on this one, it looks like there might be a pine cone, a little orb of some sort, an ink pen, a USB drive. There's a Christmas gift.
We're quickly losing our audience here.
And that's what.
So what does this have to do with big data?
They're tracking even this. They're tracking.
Big data now knows that you do Google searches for stuff on cats.
My search history.
Don't be surprised if you start to see ads.
My search history, it would just befuddle a lot of people.
I don't want to know what's in your search history, David.
Not like that.
We're not going there.
They're not like that.
That's why he's never back allowed in certain European, Asian countries.
Definitely not that. But no, I mean, I will literally look up like, hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about, and then just keep on going. And instead of letting it automatically navigate me to the next thing it thinks it wants, or next thing it thinks I want, I will just jump to something else completely.
Well, look, would it surprise you at all if at some point we start seeing ads talking about Blark Bluckerberg? And I'm not talking about the guy who rhymes with Blark Bluckerberg. I mean literally
a person named Black Blark.
Talking about Blark Bluckerberg.
All right. Let's Google that.
Because
and see what
we've
happens.
been talking about it, and we've had our devices here.
Yep,
we've had Facebook taking down the audio content, translating that into text, saving it to the video. And we've had YouTube doing the same. We've had Twitch doing the same.
Yep.
And the thing is, all this data is connected. So now, from now until the end of time,
my OnlyFans site's going off the hook.
You are associated with Blark Bluckerberg. If Blark Bluckerberg actually has an OnlyFans page, you're welcome, Blark.
Yeah. Hashtag Blark.
Hashtag Blark Bluckerberg. Good luck spelling it.
So where are we at?
I have no idea. I think we've already lost most of our audience. I think even Shannon Black's probably fallen off. I'm sure my current wife is asleep in bed by now.
Shannon's with us, and one of the things I'd like to do is sometime in the very near future, getting back on, and maybe because he's been such a part of us for a while.
He needs to come back on. Shannon, you need to get back up here, and we need to do a show from the Hopper House.
And
you're not just going to walk on. You're going to come up and sit with us for the whole time.
Yeah, on that note, because we had the mics after your first visit.
No, he's here.
Okay, great. After his first visit, we went out and got another mic. We have all the cables, and as you can tell, we don't have pop and cracking cables. I remember to get that taken care of this week. But the 30th.
I won't be. I need to Skype in on 30th.
You're going to be Skyping in on the 30th. So Shannon, I need you up here on the 30th.
Yeah, that's true. The 30th, I will be be at the beach.
You drop the equipment. You leave the equipment here with us.
I will be here.
We'll run the show. You Skype in. We'll do it from up here.
He says he's down. All right.
Because the 30th.
And Laura Lines Black says she'll be here too.
Well, on that Thursday, I'm heading. That very next day, I'm headed to Syracuse. And on that Friday, I close on my house in Syracuse, New York.
So it's no accident that I took my vacation right when you're moving and would probably ask for help.
Yes, no, I wouldn't have asked you for help. I've got people helping.
Of course I would help.
That's what he said. He said, hey, if you need some help, I can drive out there and help you with it. I'm like, actually, Wes, I think you're on vacation that week. He's like, oh, am I really?
Oh, gosh, dang darn it. I apologize.
Daggone diddly.
Oh, I didn't plan that at all.
Well planned, my friend.
But no, you should have seen my current wife's face when I told her I was going to do a podcast while
on vacation
at the beach.
Like
I might actually be at the beach.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool.
Look at her like, hey, look here, wife. Actually, that's what I do to my wife. So I don't know if you want to try that.
You call her wife?
Oh, I do it all the time. I'm like, wife. I'll be like, woman.
You can't. I don't think you. That's
and
not
then she stabs me. And then she stabs me, and we move on with life. It's fine.
Yes,
but no. Where were we? Oh no! It's like, look here, wife. Leffingwell has done this from Boston at the Green Dragon, which is badass, by the way. You got to go there if you're in Boston. Go to the Green Dragon. Don't skip Cheers. Go to Cheers. Have a drink so you can have it. Say you had a drink.
I've never been to Cheers. I want to go to Cheers.
Well, when we go out there, we'll do it.
We'll go to Cheers.
But the Green Dragon is really
on
really
December
cool.
16th, correct?
December 16th, which should be the official anniversary of the planning.
We'll be there live. Finish your point.
Yeah, where are we at?
A couple of cats. A room full of cat things.
Cats in a room full of cat things. December 16th is a Thursday, so that week the podcast will be on Thursday night.
All right, Thursday night on the 6th. December 16th.
But anyway, what I was saying is, actually, I don't remember what I was saying. Where were we?
You were talking about Shannon Black.
Well, so he's going to come up here, and he will be with us up here on the stage. I'm deeming it worthy. Or going to happen on the 30th.
Yes.
The 30th, so the last day in June 30th. For our podcast, it'll be Shannon and I up here.
I'll be Skyping
You will be remoting in.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying. Hey, Leffingwell's been all over these places, and he's always hasn't missed a thing. Give me an hour.
That's literally what I told her. I was like, look, David has been all over the country, and every time he has not missed a week.
Yeah.
And look,
We
I
make it happen.
cannot let him do that, and I miss a week. It can't happen.
And we're talking. Okay, so where are we at? We're at 47. So that'll be week 50. That'll be week 50.
We still need to lock down details for our number 52.
Yeah. So we Shannon.
We're coming
back
up on a year.
We're
We're coming up on a year without missing a single week.
July 14th.
Is a year?
July 14th is a year.
Oh, what are we gonna do?
I'm actually thinking about talking to Mike Hard, the owner of Hardfire,
Okay.
to let us go back in and do
Where we did our first episode.
to go back into where we
that'd
did
be
our very first
amazing.
episode.
That'd be
So
amazing.
I'm thinking about that. There are a couple other ideas that are ranting around in my head too.
After this, we will brainstorm.
Yep.
After this, we're brainstorming.
Yep.
But it's going to happen because we're coming up on a year, and we
yeah.
haven't missed a single week.
Yeah, we haven't missed a single week.
This is great.
It's gonna be a good time. So that's it right there. So we got a little bit of stuff that we kind of talked about tonight, and that was literally everything completely off the cuff
Because Google Big Data deleted my agenda.
because we had absolutely no agenda. Now
I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens.
If you don't get that,
Google it.
you Google it,
And then Google will have your data, and
big
they'll think you want to see alien
It's
crap.
Big data.
Big Data.
They're
Big Dahlia. The
The
big old Dahlia is going to
big-
know
the
that you
big-
got that alien stuff.
Wow, you got one heck of a redneck voice. I love it. Well,
Look, I'm not joking. Look, my facial hair, when I grow it out, I look exactly like Joe Dirt.
So I believed that was that one of the things we were talking about on the fishing tournament that we need to do something. We get the Joe Dirt beer going.
Yeah, I mentioned it, and you said that'd be funny if we lost and I had to grow Joe Dirt facial hair.
Yeah.
The
But it
problem
wasn't
is
part of the terms and conditions.
that was not part of the terms and conditions. I did not have that. This kid is all over the place. He's
he is.
all over the place.
He is going.
So
nachos.
luckily that was not part of the bet, so I don't have to grow the Joe Dirt facial hair. But I'm not joking. I'm not mentioning any relatives that I may or may not look somewhat like, but they have the same facial hair. And watch Joe Dirt.
You were talking to
very
me last
similar.
week about your sister and you looking an awful lot alike.
That's frightening, though. Look. No. Here's the thing. So if you ever,
No, I was just toying
so
with you.
you know those apps, right? So they need to know what the context. So if you know those apps where it's like an Instagram app or something like that, where it changes, like it puts long hair on you and kind of makes you pretty, like a girl, that sort of thing. So Matt Harmon, one of our regular audience members,
Audience contributors.
thank you. He's an official contributor to something.
of the Underdog Journey.
He has, on occasion, sent us random photos of crazy BS. I won't get into the details. But one of the things he sent me one time was a picture of myself through one of these filters that made me look like a lady. I looked almost identical to my sister.
I disagree.
If my
I've
current
seen
sister is
pictures-
watching,
I've
and I
seen-
apologize.
Current sister, I like that. I've seen pictures of your sister. She is a pretty young lady. Looks nothing at all like you,
Thank
even
God.
with long hair.
Thank God.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
So you did not get cursed with that. Don't
look,
let anybody believe it.
I even tell my kids, luckily you look like your mother. They got their mother's looks and my feet. It is a winning combination. She has bad feet.
I'm just saying, that was a weird flex, but okay.
I have great feet.
I got great feet.
Ask my current wife. I have beautiful feet. They are the perfect shape for running, hiking, frolicking of all sorts. My current wife will tell you.
RandomFrivolity.com?
Random. It'll be pictures of my feet. And that is the level to which the Underdog Journey sinks, because we are a couple of cats in a room full of cat things.
Room. Next week, on a room full of dogs and a room full of tennis balls.
Pictures of West's feet.
The Underdog Journey will have an agenda.
We will have an agenda. Look, I will save a hard copy if I have to. Google, stop deleting my agendas.
What was great was West actually got here late today.
I did.
For our normal stuff. So I mean, we were pressed for time at the gate. I'm like, hey, first thing you need to do, and there were people over here that wanted to know about us, and I'm setting up the equipment, and they're trying to get my attention. I'm like, hey, I don't want to be rude, but we're running behind. I'm trying to get stuff set up. So as I'm setting stuff up, Wes comes over. I'm like, hey, I've got this handled up here because I actually got the map of doing this end up here.
Yeah.
The soundboard, the computers, getting the lights and everything ready to go. I've got that out almost down to a science of how quickly I can get it done. So I'm like, hey, these people were interested in what we're doing. Go over and talk to them for a couple minutes. And he goes over and talks to them. And by the time you came back over here, it was probably 5 till 7.
Yeah.
And he's setting the camera up and getting set down, and then I'm like, hey, remember, send me the agenda, and
because I had it. It was at the top of my drafts box. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That agenda, and look, everything on that agenda I can speak to. I put, and it was one of those agendas that I knew as soon as I sent it to you, you were going to laugh, because he makes fun of how long my agendas are, how detailed they are.
Yes. One of these days we're going to
show
show
people.
This was a
long-ass agenda.
One of these days we're going to show you guys this, because my agendas and the way I do things, and it probably shows through. You know, there are certain things I do in my life.
Cuff.
There are certain things I do in my life that are this equals this equals this equals this, and on the way through it, I do the equation from start to finish.
Yeah.
But I only do that on a very select few things.
Yeah.
Everything else is I want to know this and give me no more than 2, possibly 3 bullet points inside of it. That's it. Because if it's good enough for me to be able to talk about, it's good enough to be able to talk about. If I know enough about it to be actually able to speak about it, 2 or 3 things, I'm good to go. But West is very A equals B equals C and right down the line.
I am detail oriented.
Very much so. So it's not making fun of him. It's just too. And again, it's one of the things.
But you do laugh every time you see one of my agendas.
I open every
single
I'm like,
time.
oh my lord, what do we? Because in my opinion, I'm like, every single one of these lines is a 25-minute conversation.
It takes us half an hour just to say hello. Literally,
I love that.
Go back and watch our videos. We'll be a half hour in. We're like, oh crap, we just
there was
said
one
hi.
night. I remember there was one night we're doing an introduction and we're
like
getting to the
40 minutes
introduction,
in.
and it was 40-some minutes in, and I'm like, oh.
What happened?
Well, all right, let's get to the topic tonight. I'm like, crap, we got 18 minutes.
Hence why we're a couple of cats in a room full of cat things.
And a room full of cat things.
If you have a cat, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
I have a dog.
You're a dog person. And you know what? I'm a dog person now, too. I love cats. Here's what I hate about cats. Litter boxes.
I take my dog, and all the world is my dog's litter box. Actually, only small
Except for
areas.
the interior of the house.
Yeah. We housebroke our dog in like less than a week.
Well, you have like an Australian.
Yeah, we have an Australian cattle dog, which is
right.
one of the smartest freaking dogs.
Your dog is like whip smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, hey Lilo, go get your frog, and she'll walk over and get her frog and come back. We'll go sit in the kitchen and play at our table. We'll play rummy.
Yeah.
And or other card-based games, Phase 10 or any kind of a game. We'll sit at the kitchen table and play. Go get your bed. She'll literally go get her dog bed, drag it into the kitchen, and lay down on it while we're playing.
See, here's what I hate about you and your dog.
Here's what I hate about you.
You don't often hear people saying this on podcasts, but here's what I hate about you and your dog.
I don't know where this is going.
Clearly, your dog knows that you're the alpha in the family.
Yes.
His dog listens to him. Every word he says, his dog knows what he's talking about and listens to him and does what you say.
Yeah.
My dog, who we rescued, wants nothing to do with me.
Hashtag current wife, pay attention. You're doing good things.
This is not a joke. This is not an exaggeration. I've never seen a dog more disappointed to see their owner than my dog every time I walk in a room. This is not a joke. So it's funny. So my wife is working from home right now. There were times when I'd come home and I'd walk into the house.
Yep.
And, the dog would, run up from her office and be expecting, I don't know who she was expecting, but she had her tail wagging. She looked great, very excited. She'd turn a corner and she'd see me and she'd stop. And she'd she'd literally stand there for a second like, what do I do now? And I'm not joking, she'd literally put her head down and then slowly turn around. As slowly as she could turn around and walk back downstairs with her tail down. Yeah. I'm like, well, thanks, I love you too. Every time I walk into a room.
My dog about wiggles her butt off the couch when she sees me coming in.
I love dogs. I actually started a dog treat business specifically because my dog wants nothing to do with me.
Don't put that up there.
Matt Harmon.
Don't put that up there.
Matt Harmon says, Kirsten Carnahan always makes my day. Matt Harmon, I think my current wife likes you more than she likes me. I'm sure my dog likes you more than he likes me. She likes me.
I like your dog.
I love my dog, but my dog doesn't care about me. That's why I'm a cat person, I guess.
Yep.
Anyway.
He's like a cat person.
I'm like a cat person in a room full of cat person things.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Dave.
I used to be West.
He used to be married.
My current wife is questioning these things every day.
Indeed, indubitably.
And we've been the Underdog Journey. So look, come on back next week. We will have a proper agenda. And,
I will be here in town. I'm here all next week.
I found this very entertaining. You're gonna be here next week?
I'm thinking about I might go off to Boston or Bangor, Maine. I don't know.
I was gonna make a joke, but it's not family appropriate.
Oh, Bangor, Maine. Okay, I'm like, it's Boston. I'm like, oh no, I said Bangor, Maine. I haven't been up there yet.
What's wrong with Boston? I don't know.
I'm debating. I might go to Rhode Island.
Everybody loves Boston. I don't know about Bangor, but everybody loves Boston.
I might. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what he does with this one. I might go to Nantucket.
There once was a man from Nantucket,
and that was the right answer. So I'll either be. I'm
going back to data. There once was a. Once was a man from Jupiter.
Okay.
No, I forget it. There was a. If anybody knows the Lieutenant Commander Data joke where he talks about the limerick about a man from Jupiter.
Oh yes, I do.
You know
I do
one.
remember that. I do remember the limerick, but I don't remember.
Yeah. There once was a man from Venus. There once was a man from Venus whose body was shaped like a. That's enough data.
Yeah, that's enough data. That's enough data.
That was it.
Was that
a callback.
Was that Will Riker or was that the captain who put a stop to that?
I think it was the captain.
I think it was the captain.
Captain Picard, who is like pushing like 90 and is going to do season 2 of Picard.
I can't wait.
Which look, season 1 from Picard was great.
Yes, it was.
Look, if you haven't seen Picard season 1, there are going to be some spoilers here in a second.
Yes.
Turn it off right now if you have not seen season 1 Picard.
Here's my problem. No, wait. I bought, and I know what your problem is, but I bought and paid for CBS All Access.
It was Paramount Plus at the time.
Well, yeah. Well, now it's Paramount Plus now.
No,
CBS
it was Paramount. You're right. It was CBS. You're right.
Yeah,
it's the other way around.
CBS All Access, but now it's Paramount Plus. Yes. But I bought it just because of his reaction to Picard.
Picard was great.
And I was not disappointed. I continue to pay for it to this day.
It was Sir Patrick Stewart's finest moment. He does some of his best work in that show.
As far as his acting goes,
yes.
You know what? I would actually love, because he talks about doing some other stuff as well off the main thing. I would love to see videos of him doing some of the Shakespeare stuff on stage,
right?
Versus the big production movie and stuff like that.
I would rather.
He is phenomenal. He is a phenomenal actor.
I would rather see Patrick Stewart and Ian McClellan doing Top Gear than Matt LeBlanc any day. The kid's eating our nachos again.
All right. BBC, you need to make this happen.
BBC, Ian McClellan. Patrick Stewart. Who's number 3?
Oh, we need number 3.
Who's number 3?
Oh, we need number 3.
Anybody watching, who is number 3 with my current wife, if you're currently watching? Here
she's
you go.
She's not going to know these people.
Do you know who Patrick Stewart is?
She's
too young.
Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full.
Do you know Ian McClellan? Oh, she's...
Hannah, swing
yes. Oh, guy from Lord of the Rings, she got it.
Okay, yeah. You got Lord of the Rings, you got Gandalf.
So Captain Picard from the Star Trek is best friends in real life with Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
Who else do we get in there?
Who is number 3 who could hang out with those two older gentlemen?
That's tough.
That's a tough one.
What do you guys think? What do you all think? Who would be the guy?
I don't want to put you on the spot. That's fine.
Oh no. I don't want to put you on the spot, but here, answer this question on the fly.
What'd you say? Harrison Ford. Oh, Harrison Ford. That's not bad.
I think Indiana Jones.
Because look, you got Gandalf, you got Captain Picard, and you got a stoner, Indiana Jones.
It
could work. I could see it. If he wears his fedora and the whip.
You know what?
Oh.
I've got one better. Actually, because of her thing with Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford, he passed away. It's very sad. But it would have been Indiana Jones's father.
Sean Connery?
Sean Connery. I would love to have seen those 3 in a movie.
That could be good. See, this guy knows. You know what I wish I could see Sean Connery in? Is if Sean Connery played an older James Bond.
Yeah.
I would go to that movie.
Yeah.
That'd be good. See, you're missing out. You should come up and hang out with us all the time.
You know, if you play the character of James Bond, because a tuxedo is such a part of the character and the icon, after you play the role of James Bond, You are not allowed to wear a tuxedo in any movie that you do
Contractually
after.
obligated.
Contractually obligated. Now, Pierce Brosnan is the person who came closest, but they made him take his tie apart so that it was not a complete tuxedo, so that he did not violate his contract with playing James Bond.
That's actually really interesting, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Here's how you get around it. You get the T-shirt that has the tuxedo printed on it. I'd wear that everywhere. Which is the only reason why they'd never cast me as James Bond.
My name's David. This is the mullet. And we have been the Underdog Journey.
And we have been a couple of cats in a room full of cat things, and we will talk to you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. No bats this time because we're the Hofbräu House.
Next week, I'm going to have a can up here that says Bat Shark Spray. If anybody gets that reference, the Bat Shark Spray from the movie.
Adam West was king,
Oh,
man.
my Lord.
Adam West is the only Batman for me.
Yes.
They need a CG Adam West into the next Flash movie, which is going to have multiple Batmen.
Yes.
That's neither here nor there. We will talk to you next week.
Until
And
then, Fruit of the Loom.
Until then,
Wait, nope, Toodaloo.
keep calm and chive on.
it.